Okay, y'all, it's bright and early. I'm working outside. I have everything a mess because I was thinking last night, I love the new floor space in this setup that I'm working with, but also there's things I don't like about it. So then I was thinking, like, the reason I stopped using this Vitomin 1500 flash speed was because it has this auto off feature that if it's drawing like less than 15 watts, it'll turn off, which I absolutely hate because my fridge was turning off in the middle of the night. But I'm thinking right now I can go back to using it because I can run my fridge and I can also run my heating blanket on this unit. So then I thought, I've always had my big units sitting up front in my passenger seat, which ultimately is really inconvenient. So I'm thinking, I'm ultimately thinking about the travels that I have coming up this year, like the stealth camping I'm going to have to do, the camping in Oregon on potentially rainy, misty days, when I don't want to get out of my van to have to mess with my power stations, and I want everything to be a little more accessible from inside my van. So what if I adjusted this metal shelf, because ultimately, I keep saying ultimately today, because it is very adjustable. That's why I have this shelf. So far I took my rubber mallet and I took all the shelves off and I made this one taller because my Vitomin fits perfectly right here. So I was just kind of adjusting this, and a lot of people have said, Amanda, why don't you flip the shelf over because it has this lip? Well, it's not, that might work for some people, but it's not feasible for me because this shelf has these screw-in feet that are adjustable, and I need to be able to adjust it when it's sitting back here. So but that's okay because I have like a bungee that can go like this, so it's no big deal. But now, and before I did any of this, I said, okay, so I want to have my set power fridge up there, right? And the cord does reach. It's very long. That's what I love about these car fridges, is that typically the DC cord is very long. So that reaches, so that's good. So right now, what I'm kind of working on is, okay, so now this is taller, but I can fit more stuff under here because it is taller. Now my typical bin doesn't fit, but that's okay because I can put like my towels. I could even put like my pants and stuff down there instead. But like I said in yesterday's reorganization video, I just have to kind of move stuff around. So then I'm thinking, well, I can put this back here, okay? And then my solar and my table and things still fit here. Now I have that big bin, and I was thinking last night because I was having problems falling asleep because like my adrenaline was really running when it came to my van setup, and I didn't even know if I'd be able to sleep until I messed with it, but I was able to sleep. I'm like, do I need so much shit in my van? Like, do I need to go through my stuff again? I need to go through my stuff and make sure that I don't have stuff that I just don't need in here, especially because since I am going to go on a long trip this summer, I need to make sure that I have space for extra shoes, extra clothes, rain gear, stuff for Wynston. So I am going to do that as well. Now let me show you something else I did here. I took this shelf, it's just sitting here for now. This was the 3-tiered shelf, and I took off the top and I added it to that side. So now I have one more tier over there. So now over there I can put stuff, I can rearrange it and put stuff that I need more often. That's the nice thing about these shelves. I was thinking yesterday, I'm like, man, I have all these shelves and these adjustable things. Why don't I work with that and build vertically? So I made that change, and I just really don't want to lose this floor space that I created. I just think it's so awesome. Now, this is the bin that I have with all my extra stuff. So I'm like, maybe I can fit some of this stuff in my rooftop box, and maybe I can consolidate it into a smaller bin because this would be a great place to store my water. So I want to, and then I still have this new piece of wood that I can be working with But what I want to do right now is further adjust these shelves and decide where I want to put them. And firstly, I just want to make sure that this is nice and tight on there. And even and all of that stuff. So good. Now what I can do is, like, of course, my stove and my like kitchen coffee bin, those things are very important, of course. So now I can put a shelf in and just kind of measure. Oh, I'm gonna have to pull this out here. Kind of measure where I want it to be, because I still, do I have another shelf still? Yeah, I still have a shelf. So I'm going to kind of play around with the measurements, because my clothes would go on here as well as Wynston stuff and my hygiene stuff, but I can also reorganize. Since this isn't thin, I might want to put something else thin in here, because it doesn't always have to be, in the same spot. I just want everything accessible. That's the ultimate goal. Okay, so if I did something like that, and that has like my towels and stuff in it, then I could do something a little lower like this, and then still add the shelves. Okay, so let's get to it. I'm feeling really good about this. Who would have known that it would mostly come down to simply adjusting my shelves? And honestly, I probably could have moved this down a little bit, but that's okay. What's nice is that, and I'll tell you what, that my rubber mallet really, comes in handy for doing stuff like this. But I simply adjusted the shelves, and now I can stack more under here. And then I even put my little white shelf back over here, but it's only 2 tiers now because I moved the other one inside. So my cleaning products will go on there, and I'm just trying to do, like I said earlier, an inventory of, okay, what do I need? What don't I need? What can I consolidate? And what will I need more of throughout my travels? Because also, like in the summer, I'm going to have like my fans, which will be good to have this power station back here, because I like to put a fan in the back of the van so I can have my fridge running on that with the van. I almost sold this Vitomin, and I'm glad I didn't right now. Something kept holding me back from selling it, but if I can just run more electric on it, it will be fine. And before, I didn't really have anything I could run on it with my fridge because it was in the front on my passenger seat. So I'm thinking I can do that as usual, like this. Where are my little feet? There we go. And then, I mean, I really used the mallet pretty hard on all that. So, and again, with this shelf, I can have it, the drawers, I can have it facing out this way. And if I think I'm going to be in a situation where I need to be in my van more, I can have it facing the other way. But for now, oh, and let me wipe this down too. What I love about doing this type of project is it gives me the opportunity to really clean everything, wipe everything down, do a full inventory. And what a better way to start the new year, right? Okay, so I can fit that right there, and let me just test, because I don't want to do all this work, of course, without testing everything. So where's my oh, my tripod's on my table. I also realized, so I wanted to start carrying my Rofi 200 panel with me, but I'm using, but this Van Powers charges, this 36 volt is way better for this, and I have the extensions on here instead of my Rofi, and my Rofi only has 36 volt extensions right now. So oh, my neighbor's out. So I think I'll probably carry my Rock Pals with me again, because I've been having issues with my Yargo 100 panel. Oh wow, that makes me even more floor space. Okay, let me show you guys some stuff. So I'm thinking, so here are my towels. Well, this is 2 towels. I have backup towels in my rooftop box. So I'm thinking my towels will go down here, because these are my shower towels, so I'm not going to need them like in the van, right? And then that works out because it kind of goes around my DC cord, but I still have all the air coming out here and the air on the other side. I have like several inches. And then I just put more stuff on top of that, but I'll figure that out later. Okay, so if I get in here, so now I have even more floor space here. So I can even move my toilet back, or so, oh yeah, I stuck this to the ground. I can move that shelf that my brother got me to the back. Okay, I have even more options now with this setup. Okay, I gotta play with it. This is fantastic, y'all. This was my bigger stairlight that used to be on the recessed flooring behind my 3rd row seat, but I took most of it out and I was able to just put it into this smaller one without my extra down blanket, so that I can put in the rooftop box. And then I had my little sewing kit that will go in there. So I was able to just move everything to this smaller bin. Turns out I can now put it behind where my water jugs will go, because I was able to move the seat back with the fridge, since I have all of this floor space. Oh my God, I'm feeling so good. Like, I'm feeling so good. It just took me, someone even mentioned this, like, mess with it, sleep on it, and then see what you come up with. And I'm so glad that I did that. I used my rubber mallet to make that top shelf a little more firm in there. So now I have that as well. And you guys, I am feeling so good, because it's essentially what my setup was, with just a little bit moving around, a little more convenience. Now I can put my toilet anywhere. I have all of this floor space. I can make a bed for Wynston on the floor even. Oh, you guys, this is so good. Now I have all of that stuff in the bin. My water, my drone still fits there. I have Wynston's toys. Ooh, I could put my drone in my rooftop box, but I don't really want to. So this is going to work out so much better, because I can keep this 6 gallons. These are 3-gallon water jugs. I can keep these 6 gallons up here, because I also travel with some 1 gallons. So I have them accessible in my van. So I think I can fit one like behind my ottoman. I'm going to kind of mess with it. That's really the least of my worries. But now I've eliminated this bigger bin by, again, just moving stuff around. I'm excited to make my bed. Let's wrap this video up by showing you guys kind of the tentative final result. This portion looks very similar to what it did before. The difference is I put the 3rd row seat down into the floor. So this drawer system is no longer sitting on a storage tote, but it's still next to my shelf, next to my small white shelf, and I have my solar and my table right here. Since this is a little lower now, I can put something on top of it, but right now I just have these extra foam pieces that I'm going to keep with me in case I need to level something or I figure something out. Wynston stuff will probably go still in the same spot. I can always move it over here. Again, I can kind of move stuff around, but I adjusted the shelves. I have my Vitomin down here with my towels. I can stack more stuff on that. And I consolidated my cleaning items and soap and sponge to all be right there in that spot. So it is very similar to what it was, but now, in my opinion, a little more functional. Fridge is in the same spot as well as my bed, but now I have all of this floor space open. I opened at least 2 feet of floor space. What I like about this toilet is that I can move the ottoman either way, and I kind of have this stuff sitting here right now because I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. This is my folding table, my down blanket, my pellets for my toilet, and then I have the shelf that my brother made me right behind the ottoman. Again, this is all stuff that's I can move around, and I'm going to mess with it as I camp. The next step is to get like a really nice kind of fluffy rug for here, and like the ottoman will definitely slide because it's sitting on the foam, so I need to I think it'll be kind of in place if I get a better rug, but I just have so much more open space now to work with. And of course I put my back pillow against this seat, like my pillows over there, like that's where I sleep with my feet over here. I can now plug in my heating blanket. I did think of an issue because I use the DC plug for my fridge, and that is plugged into my Vitomin, but my heating blanket is also 12 volt. So I think what I'll do, easy solution, when I'm using the heating blanket, which will be this week because it's supposed to be 28 degrees at night, I will plug my fridge into my smaller Vitomin because it uses a lot less power than the heating blanket, and I will dedicate the big Vitomin to my heating blanket at night. So this really looks the same, but I have more floor space and again more functionality, and I added a tier to that shelf over there, which I'll show you on the other side. I still have Wynston's booster bed, and I have all of his blankets right here. I need to determine how and where he's going to want to sleep over here, like if I make him a dedicated bed, if I move it, whatever. I can even put this booster bed on the floor because I have so much floor space. The smaller tote that I showed you, the water, everything, that's going to work out wonderfully. Now I will take you briefly to the other side. Again, nothing over here has changed. I still have my Vitomin 600, my Rock Pals, my shelf, but now I have that additional tier on there. And I use that shelf really as my nightstand, and now I can put more items on it that I need to access more regularly. And this is what my fridge can be plugged into at night when I need to use my heating blanket. I also put that small white folding table that I love to use right here. And I have my Amanda and Wynston sign and another little folding table over here on, well, you can't really see it right now, but over here on the side as usual. I have my fireplace right there behind because that's a good place for it to travel. But now I can put the fireplace like on top of that if I wanted to. So super, super fun. Whew, it's kind of windy out today, and I have my big sweatshirt on, but even though it's only like 50 something degrees out right now, I had to take it off because I started getting sweaty. I'm really happy with this, and what I stress to people when they're creating a van build or switching it up, whatever. Oh, I need to fix this. Probably been bumping into it a billion times. My artwork here. What I stress is go try it out. You know, go spend a night or two in your current setup and see what you need to move around. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to perfect anything like my bamboo table, the blankets, the extra stuff, like that can all be moved around as I go. It's mainly the bones of it, the shelf and the drawer and like all that big stuff, making sure that it fits, making sure it's accessible, making sure it's going to work. The other small things can be messed with and can be reorganized, and like it'll take me, I'll have to decide what I want to put in this top shelf, but it'll take me spending a night in there to decide what I want to put in there. Like when I'm in bed at night, right here, for example, I put my tablet right here, and this is how like I watch my shows. Like I just sit here and Wynston's at my feet and I put my drink here and stuff. So I can move all of this around, and I have to refold this from yesterday. Oof. It just takes some experimenting. So I'm gonna go with this, and I need to go to Target today because I need to pick up some things for the van, do some restocking, and hopefully find a super cute rug that will work out for here. I want to do something like pretty, but also like good for a van. But anyways, okay, so that was part 2. I hope that you guys are liking my new Bluetooth microphone. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback on it, so thank you so much for that, and I will see you next time.